So I'm going to tell you guys why I decided to leave my good paying job and how I'm currently doing. So I left my job due to discrimination and intimidation. I would not say that these women were racist, but I would definitely say that they were intimidated. Y'all can hear the grass being cut, just try to tone it out. Maintenance men are outside making sure our lawns are right. But back to the story. So I was working on this job as a cognitive behavioral coach for 7 months. And I would say within my first to second month, I already had eyes looking at me. Like, people were expecting me, just because I'm black, to be this loud, obnoxious, ratchet black woman. They really didn't expect much education out of me. And you could tell because the way they would talk to me and the way that they would treat me made me feel like that. And of course, I brushed it off. I was wrote up a few times for stuff that they told me to do. For example, we had this little girl, and they have this thing called restraint where, if a child is moving or does not want you to touch them, you do not touch them, you do not pick them up or anything. But one day the lady told me to do that. And when I did that, they called me into the office and wrote me up for that. And the lady kept calling me aggressive and aggressive and aggressive. And I'm like, can you please stop calling me aggressive? I could apologize to her mom and things like that, but I'm only doing what I felt like I was told to do. And in that moment, she was just like, you were aggressive. And it made me go off. It did. It made me go off to the point where I felt like, oh, I might lose my job for this. And it was just one of those moments where I'm like, dang, like, I just told myself how proud I was for not snapping on nobody, for not getting into it with nobody. And here this lady come calling me aggressive. Why do I have to be aggressive? Is it because I'm black? Like, and that's what I felt like. I'm like, you just calling me this term. And I felt like she thought I was a punk because I talk soft and I'm like, can you please? So in that moment, I'm like, can you please? She's like, oh, I'm going to go in on this chick. But I put an end to that because after I snapped back, I told her, like, look, you said, like, it got crazy. It got heated in there. And from that moment, she really didn't pick with me again. She wrote me up for saying that a parent did not like the way that I was talking about the child. Now, listen, I don't talk about people's kids. And let alone being on a job in a professional setting. I'm like, who is the parent that said this? And she was like, oh, that's confidential. I'm like, I don't remember even saying nothing negative about a person's kid. But they do. They talk so much shit about the kids, the parents, the families, and we'll get into that in a second. But fast forward, I keep myself up. I keep myself up in a way where it's not slutty, it's not offensive, but it's decent. I do my makeup and my hair and everything, and I dress nice and I present myself nice because at the end of the day, that's who I am. Like, I don't go on a job having to put on a mask or pretend to be something I'm not. I'm just me naturally. And I felt like that's where the intimidation started. Because when I tell you, these white fucking women, and in a professional setting, will have these meetings and everything and would talk so much shit about the parents and the kids. In my mind, I'm like, I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that because it's like, I didn't come to work for this. So I'm looking at every one of them shocked. Like, this is what they do. This is what they do. And you got even some kids that slob, that's hard to talk, like they can't articulate their words. And things like that. And you will have certain coaches will be like, I got to use hand sanitizer every time I touch them. Or, there'll be certain times where they'll be like, oh, Sierra, did you like working with so-and-so? Because I seen that you were working so good with him. And in my mind, I'm like, I already know what it is. This baby has this type of disability and you don't want no parts in there. Because even this guy coach was ignoring the baby. Like the baby was like, hi. And the guy coach was just looking at the baby like so weird. And I'm like, you an asshole. I didn't say that out loud, but in my head, I'm like, he's such an asshole. Anyways, so fast forward to my 5th month working there. They end up giving me the GOAT award. Now, basically, out of the GOAT award, it means that you've been doing your thing, you've been exceeding your job, like you just been on top of everything. Why? After I got that GOAT award, it went downhill, y'all. I'm talking about 2 months ago was my 5th month. Shit went downhill for me. And let me tell you how. It's been certain people, like even when I come in the morning and say good morning, sometimes they look at me up and down like, what you wearing? What you got on? Oh. And they won't even say good morning. They just look at me weird like, I'll be like, whatever, bitch. I know I look good. And so then it became like, after I got the GOAT award, hi, good morning, how are you? Crickets. And then it got to the point where they start saying, because at first we had open lunch. We're on our lunch break, we can go to, we do our thing. I was pretty much like the only person, I swear, I was pretty much like the only person who would go out on my lunch break and stuff like that. Then this new lady came and I thought she was cool, but until she started going to the boss and trying to make up all these stupid ass rules, she just came and told us like, oh, you guys got to start clocking out for lunch. And okay, fine, I'll do that. I did that. Then one day she came to me and she's like, oh, I didn't want to embarrass you, but we don't do crop tops. Now I had on a crop top, I'm not gonna lie, but my leggings were pulled up. So you couldn't really, like, I have nice shape, you know what I mean? So I'm like, girl, you saw this ass and you saw these hips and you saw this new white boy here that's young and you didn't want me getting his attention. But I'm not thinking about that. Like, I'm literally thinking about my job, as I should. And so I put the fucking shirt on. I'm not gonna lie, I put the shirt on to show her. I'm like, bitch, you're not gonna break me. So then they came up with this rule, guys. Oh, you guys have to start wearing shirts. Let me tell y'all what pissed me off. When they said you guys have to start wearing shirts, they gave me 2 shirts, right? So I asked them, I said, well, can I get, 5 shirts then, since I'm gonna have to be wearing them Monday through Friday? They was like, oh no, they started making up all these excuses. Oh no, you only can get 4. Then I asked the other lady, I was like, you have to ask so-and-so. So I asked so-and-so. And she was like, you only get 3. Mind you guys, this was my 5th month. She was like, oh, you only get 3. So I was like, so what am I supposed to do for the other 2 shirts? She was like, well, you can wash your shirts or I'll wash them out. Yeah, I walked away because they had a meeting and they didn't even invite me to the meeting and they didn't even record this meeting. That's how I knew they was talking about me, because everybody came out the room just looking at me like, and I'm like, I know I don't look that fucking good, but if I do, thank you. But it was just so weird because I'm like, y'all doing too much. And then we have a couple of black chicks there that likes to kiss ass, but me, oh my baby, I am grown with a child. I don't give a shit who hires me. I'm gonna respect you as my boss, but I'm definitely not finna have you bent over and these lips kiss your ass. That's not what's finna happen. And I felt like a lot of times the other 2 black chicks that were there, they were doing that. Like, somebody would say jump and they'll be like, how high? They'll say 5 feet. They'll be like, you want me to go to 6 feet? I'll go to 6 feet for you. But me, I'm like, listen, my job requires me to be on my feet at all times. If you want me to jump, you have to put that in a rubric. I'm that type of person, and they could not stand it because they felt like, oh, she's quiet. Oh, she's sweet. Oh, she's this. We can get away with this. But I'm like, I'm quiet. I'm sweet. I'm very soft-spoken. But at the same time, I'm not no punk. You know what I mean? And they failed to realize that. But they know now. So fast forward, after all, the GOAT award and things like that, I got wrote up again. And when they wrote me up, it was, they put on there, I have not been wearing my shirt. They put on there, I haven't been taking the kids out to be with their parents on time. They put on there, I've been taking the kids out too early. Just making up stupid shit. Making up stupid shit that all the other coaches do. So what I did was when I signed it, I was like, I said, they up to something. I told myself, I said, they up to something. I said, because this is so weird. I'm like, I'm not signing the next thing that they give me. I swear, y'all. I told myself that. I was like, I'm not signing nothing else. So when a lady was like, you haven't been wearing your shirt, I said, yes, I have. It was a Friday. Mind you, they said Fridays are casual, so we don't have to wear the shirts. So I was like, yes, I have. I've been wearing it since you told me. She put the wrong damn date on there on purpose. I said, yeah, they up to something. So when she was like, you're not wearing it today, I said, today is Friday. Y'all said that Fridays are casual days. She was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. You know what? It's all right, bitch. Keep being intimidated by me. It's all right. Keep being jealous and keep hating. That's what you do. Because I'm going to keep getting paid as long as I'm here, and I'm going to keep doing my job. But y'all not finna intimidate me. Write me up, because the next time y'all write me up, I ain't signing shit. So after that happened, about a week later, and it's so funny because this specific Thursday, I was over my auntie house. And I told her, I said, I got a feeling they gonna write me up again. And it's gonna happen soon. And she said, why you say that? And I said, because normally when they're about to write me up, they start being nice. I said, I've been noticing that. Like, they'll have a period of being nice to me. And then right when I'm finna get wrote up, they be quiet. And it's almost like they up to something, like they don't want me to know. But prior to that, they be so nice. So I told her, I said, because they've been doing that. So she was like, oh, okay. So then I went to work the next day. They called me off until, 10 o'clock, I think? My shift didn't start till 8, but I was already there in the city of Mequon. And when the lady called me, she was like, hey, I'm pretty sure you're already here. I'm like, yeah. And I'm finna wrap this up because ain't no time, whatever. But long story short, she told me, oh, I know you're already here. What'd she say? But you don't have to come in till 10. It's 7:30 in the morning. I'm already in the city. So I'm like, okay, I will wait here at Metro Market. But I'm at Metro Market for like an hour and a half already. I'm like, oh, it's almost 9. I'm like, let me get to work. But Metro Market was literally like 2 minutes away from my job. So instead of me waiting till 9:30, 9:40 to get there, I decided to get there at 9. So what happens, y'all? What happens is I get to work. I clock in at 9. I prepare for my day, get my stuff ready. And I sit down and eat my chicken. I had some chicken from Metro Market. Warmed it up, sat down, got on my phone. And when we had a meeting that Friday, this lady could not give me eye contact. She didn't want to look at me in my eyes. And even when I sat down, everybody just was weird. It was like the weird energy. Mind you, like I said, I'm the only black person there that's in the morning. And so I'm not intimidated by white people. I'm not intimidated by Hispanics. I'm not intimidated because I went to school on the South Side. So all my friends, I had white friends, I had black friends, I had Puerto Rican friends. So it's like all races, like all these different type of people really don't scare me or intimidate me because I literally grew up. Like I went to school for 3 straight years, like around these people. And when you get to know a person in their story, you realize like, damn, you might be a different nationality and color and, stuff like that from me. But at the end of the day, we really has a lot of stuff in common. So when I look at people like that, that's white and that's a boss or superior in the job, I'm really not looking at them like they are superior to me because it's like, shit, if you get cut and I get cut, we gonna bleed red. You got bills just like me. So it's like, that stuff really don't intimidate me. Hey, skin color just don't. So after I seen on the schedule had changed a little bit and it said meet with the lady that don't like your ass. So I met with the lady that don't like my ass. And when I met with her, she tried to come off with this tough, mean girl energy, like, so, how's your day? I said, oh, my day is fine. But I knew what was finna come. I'm like, I'm probably finna get wrote up. That's what I told myself. So I was already on my piece of excuses. I'm like, I'm not signing shit. So I was like, oh, my day was fine. How's yours? She was like, it was nice. I'm gonna close the door for a second. So she closed the door. I'm like, okay, bitch, bring the paper on. Bring the paper on, because I know you finna write my ass up for something. And it's gonna be some bullshit. Okay. So she had told me, she was like, so you came in here. No, she said, can you tell me why you came in here at 9 o'clock in the morning when your shift didn't start till 10? I said, well, I was already in the city. Me and this other lady had a conversation. And she told me, hey, I know you're already here. It's fine. You can come in. So the lady ended up coming in the room, right? The one that told me it was okay. So she ended up coming in the office with us. And the lady who don't like my ass was like, oh, I'm so glad you're here, because yes, you need to, sit down. Y'all not intimidating me. I'm so sorry, baby, but y'all just can't. Like, y'all just can't. So when I told the lady, I was like, yes, I did come here at night. She was like, but you came in and did nothing. That's how she said it. She said, you came in and did nothing. I said, no, I came in here just like everybody else when they come in here an hour early. I prepared for my day, and I ate my chicken because I did not have a lunch break on my schedule. So she was like, but you still did nothing. You were on your phone. When I came in, she said this, when I came in and I watched you, I watched the camera. No, say what you said, baby. You watched me just like you always fucking do. You always watch my ass. So she was like, I watched the camera, and I just was so shocked. So I'm just looking at her like this, y'all. Because at the end of the day, bitch, you're not talking to a 12-year-old. You're talking to a whole 27-year-old. So, all right. So she started, I said, well, I do what everybody else do. See, this is the thing about me, y'all. I speak when I speak up when I need to. I'm not just going, like a person can say, boo, bitch, what you looking at? What you, and I could just be looking at the bitch like, I got some mace for your ass. Like, you want to get down like that? I got some mace for your ass. I ain't got time to be going back and forth, but I got some mace for you. I got some mace, bitch, so keep being rowdy. I got some mace for your ass, though. But anyways, I'm not the type of person that's just going, yeah, it is what it is. It's whatever. I ain't got time to be wasting my energy. So I speak I speak up when I have to, as an adult should. Like, you don't just let people punk you and say all this stuff, but you got to stand up for yourself, and that's exactly what I do. And so the lady who told me it was okay to come, she was like, oh, that's not what I meant, though. I didn't say come in and clock in. Oh, now you're saying it because the lady that don't like my ass said I shouldn't have clocked in. So now you want to save face. So what I told her was, I said, well, everybody do it. I said, everybody does it. So the lady going to say that don't like my ass, I never seen anybody do that, but I saw you. I'm sure you fucking did, because you always watch me. So long story short, y'all, she pulled out a fucking paper, and I could not believe my eyes. She pulled out the paper, a write-up for me to sign. And she did this. She slid the paper like this. I looked at it, and I said, I don't think I should sign this. They looking at each other like, what? I'm like, I don't think I should sign this, because I was told to come in anyway. And long story short, y'all, they were pissed at me. My shift was supposed to end at 1 o'clock. I did not get out of there till 2. I'm just being honest. So after that, y'all, the another lady that told me to wash my shirts out, or she'll wash them, she came in there and was like, I mean, this is proper protocol. And I said, well, if it's proper protocol, why are y'all not telling me when I'm wrong? Because you came in there. I said, the other person came in there. Y'all saying hi, good morning. I said, if y'all feel like I was doing something wrong, why couldn't y'all just say that? So she was like, I didn't know it was wrong. And the other lady like, I didn't know it was wrong either. So why am I being wrote up? And the lady was like, oh, is this what you think it is? You think this is a write-up? Oh, honey, this is not a formal write-up. But they kept trying to get me to sign it. She's like, but we just need you to sign it so we can have a documentation. I don't know if they think I'm fucking stupid. But if they have all these degrees and accolades like they say they do, they were the dumbest people in that goddamn room that day. And I mean it. I'm looking at the camera. Y'all were the dumbest bitches that day. All right. So back to what I'm saying. So after all that happened, I did not sign it. I walked off with my integrity and my dignity. And I'm like, I was finna cuss again. But I'm like, these ladies really think like they could scare me and they could intimidate me? Y'all, why they start cutting my hours? I went from making almost $1,000 every 2 weeks, My last two checks was $600 and $500. My $600 check, I used that to pay my rent. It was so sad. Like Gretchen Wiener said off Mean Girls, it was so sad. I swear it was so sad. I wanted to fucking cry, but I didn't. And then my last check was $500, which I knew because I always calculate my checks. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, all because they couldn't intimidate me. All because they couldn't make me bow down to them. All because they had a clique where they like to talk about the parents and they like to talk about the kids, and I didn't indulge in any of that. And it's like the fact that I came in and did my work, y'all, and was a good employee, I know I didn't deserve it. So instead of me putting a 2 weeks notice in, 2 weeks ago on Friday was my last goddamn day. They didn't know. I returned their key. I put their key in my mailbox. I didn't tell nobody I was leaving but one person. And she was sad. She was very sad. And I had to let her know what was going on. Like, yeah, this is what's going on. Like, this is what's happening. And why, guys, when I did ask for a third shirt, she kept saying they didn't have inventory. But they ordered all these shirts for the new people. And I know, because some of the stuff I folded. So I'm like, damn, like, y'all couldn't give me no shirt. But y'all got all these new people shirts. That was wrong. I was done wrong. But you know what? After I quit on that Monday, I took my baby to school. I took myself to the grocery store, and then I went to the gym. She was blowing up my phone, calling me. Then she texted me and was like, hi, what time we're coming in? I said, no, I'm not coming back. So she took a little minute, and an hour later, she texted me and was like, as an adult, you could have told us that you weren't coming because you had kids. As an adult, bitch, I'm going to ignore you. As an adult, instead of me taking my ass 15 minutes up the street where I know the job is and whooping your ass because I'm no longer employee and I can't get fired for it, I'm pretty sure you could press charges on me, though. But still, at the same time, it's like, instead of me dragging your ass out of that office from talking about me and doing all this bullshit that y'all have done to me, I'm going to walk away with my peace. Because at the end of the day, y'all gonna be exposed. Because y'all gonna really start hiring these people, and it's gonna be people who's really not with it. It's gonna be people who's gonna be secretly recording y'all. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally gonna be people who's gonna be like, yo, this ain't what the fuck I signed up for. Like, what type of is this? Y'all supposed to be helping the parents and the kids, and at the end of the day, y'all talking about they smell like piss. They stink. What you think you smell like before you get in the shower? What? These kids cannot fend for themselves. So you're gonna talk about them behind their backs, but write me up and say I was talking about them. Whatever. So guys, yes, I quit that damn job. I quit, and I'm happy I did. I am jobless right now, but you know what? God still provides, y'all. My baby, he joined the flag football team. I didn't want to do it because I'm like, oh, our money's tight. But God, he got our back. You know what I'm saying? He has our back. My baby got some 99-cent cleats. I was so glad we went to Burlington to get him some cleats. That thing said $0.99. I'm like, oh, and they this size? We getting these cleats. So it's just like, even with everything, like when it comes down to my hair, our food, like, I still had some money, don't get me wrong, but it was the fact that God still provides. God still provides, and he's still providing for us. I've been filling out job applications because faith without works is dead. So I'm not just gonna hope that God drop a job into my lap. I gotta do some work first, and I've been doing that. And I feel good. I feel blessed. I feel highly favored. And I feel freaking free at the fact that I don't have to wake up, go 15 minutes there, deal with bull crap, keep getting rolled up for stupid stuff, y'all. I could just stay home. I could go to the gym. I could relax. I could read. I could think. I can think. And I'm glad. I am glad. So, some people might say, oh, I wouldn't have quit. But you know what? That's you. That's you. And I'm me. So I did something I had to do for myself and my sanity. Some people say, oh, I would have sued. Hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I walked away with my peace, my freedom, and my dignity, baby. Like, I ain't worried about them people. But you know what? That's the story, guys, on why I quit my good paying job. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.